Welcome. I'm Dr. Gayla Gorman. I'm an acupuncturist, naturopath, and accountant. And that accountant might seem a bit incongruent, but trust me, you're going to appreciate the fact that I'm an accountant because everything I share with you has already been filtered through that practicality lens that accountants are most known for. Over time, you'll learn a little bit more about my journey and how I ended up coming to you today. For today, I just want to talk to you about a concept that I wrote about in my Sage Advice book. The technique I call the Sage technique. There's 4 steps to it, SAGE. The S is for slow down. Sometimes when we're encountering a problem, it just seems insurmountable. The more we try to solve it, the bigger the problem seems. At this point, it can be really helpful to just say, I don't have a solution, and I'm really not getting anywhere trying to solve this from my practical, logical brain. And so I just trust. My subconscious and conscious mind both know what the problem is that needs to be solved. I'm going to step away. I'm going to slow down. And rather than trying to force a solution, I'm going to let the solution come to me, which just ends up being a far superior solution to the problem. I've proven it over and over again. So what does slowing down look like? Well, one of the ways I love to slow down is to walk on the beach. We live close to the beach here, and I'm fortunate to be able to do that. But you can really just walk around your neighborhood if that's the only option that you have. Just throw on some comfortable shoes and step outside, dress appropriately so that you're comfortable, and just take off. Spend 20, 30 minutes or more just being aware. I think one of the keys to this process working is to just distract yourself. So as you're walking, you want to be aware of what you're seeing. What are the surroundings? Notice the nature. If any wildlife is appearing to you on your little adventure, notice that and what those messages might have for you. And as you apply this slow down technique, S in the Sage technique, you'll find that even if the solution is not readily apparent, you're going to feel better. And as you start feeling better, then you're at peace and able to trust that the process is going to work, even if it's not working immediately for you. As you continue to let that percolate, you're going to find that at some point, the solution just pops into your head. Sometimes the solution shows up and it doesn't seem to be a solution that makes sense. So we have to have a little faith and trust in the process and poke at it a little bit and see how the solution or the answer that you received is really incredibly intelligent and sound solution to the problem. If you poke at it a little and it still doesn't make sense to you, then don't force it. Just let it go and trust that you'll either get more information about how it works or something else will come to you that will make sense. So this slow down process is incredibly valuable, and I use it regularly and find that it's almost magical in its effect. So if walking isn't your jam, some people can run. I like to use a gentler form of distraction. You can find what works for you, but you want something that allows you to really observe and be aware. What you're working on is developing awareness as well. So over time, it becomes easier and easier to apply this process because you've proven to yourself that it works. And once we trust it, then it's easy to just let it go and say, you know what? This isn't easy. I know the solution's out there. It's just not coming to me. So I'm going to step away, let it go, and trust in the process. You can find more information about the Sage Advice book, The Sage Technique, at drgala.com, drgala.com. And appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit that bell, because we've got more content related to health, wellness, spirituality, and everything to make your life more full and fulfilling and rewarding. Look forward to seeing you soon.